your Uber and you see this man run for your life.
Immediately I entered this man's car, there was something hanging in front of his mirror. It looked so fetish and...
But this same man picked me up, May 3rd, and he did the same thing.
Boat, Uber, in drive.
I'm getting scared because like, oh my God, what if he's the one? You guys, please be careful.
This is the man who goes around in boats, in drive and Uber, allegedly robbing women of their belongings, raping ladies in his ride, and pretending to offer safe transport while carrying knives, scissors, guns, and other weapons in his car.
This guy has pepper spray, he has gun, he has sharp weapons, whatever.
For months, young women have cried out, sharing stories of their painful encounters with this predator. They talk about how he allegedly threatens them, hurts them, and strips them not just of their possessions, but of their dignity.
And you're telling me I'm not with your food. He's like, you want me to kill you here? Immediately he now brought out the knife. He was not holding the knife. He said he's going to stab me to death. Started diverting to another route. That do I have condom inside my bag? Look at what he was asking me. I said I don't have condom inside my bag. He now searched my bag. That he's going to send my body in parts. That he already has people that will buy my body.
Despite these cries and warnings, he is still on the road. He is still picking up unsuspecting women and still moving through Uber, boat, and in-drive like a hunter waiting for his next victim. And the most heartbreaking question remains: why is a man like this still allowed to drive? Why has no company taken firm action to protect the very people they promise safety to?
Uber are still allowing this man to drive after he has victimized a lot of girls.
Every day they're going to complain about our riders. Every day.
So why would Uber and boats and InDrive allow a known criminal work with them?
Will you be employing a highway robber to be on the highway picking people?
Every day that passes without justice is another day of risk for countless women. What use is technology if it cannot protect the vulnerable? What good is business when it ignores the cries of the broken? To the companies, the question is simple. How many more women must be hurt before you act? How many more tears must fall before you listen?
Please, Nigerian police, come to our help. Like, the government should look into it. Police, they should look into it. And even close to like 8 or more were saying, oh, I've been inside this man's car before, or I'm a victim, or I almost got kidnapped. What?
The worst part of this issue is that it has been reported to the police, but police did nothing about it.
To every reader, this is not just a story. This is a call to wake up, a call to demand safety, a call to make sure that no man, no matter how cunning, is allowed to use the will as a weapon against women again. Because as long as this man is allowed to drive, every woman on the road is in danger.
The government is not doing anything. Somebody should do something about this guy.
Every single day, Lagos generates over 13,000 metric tons of solid waste, more than many African countries produce in a week. But less than half of this waste is properly collected or disposed, while the rest piles up in streets, markets, and growing dump sites across the city, turning communities into ticking time bombs. From Ojota to Agege, Ayobo to Iyanoba, and across Lagos, waste is piling up faster than it can be managed, threatening both the health of residents and the environment.
Very, very hard, like just to struggle for myself and for my kids too. So that life in this place is just for you to look for somewhere to just hide your head, just put your head.
And they face a lot of challenges here in this place because like what I'm saying here, place they live, kind of work they do, where they cook and what they eat every day. It's going to affect them because many of them are here just for them to survive.
There is just one of two things that is come up, is that they will have to sell something before they will see money here to eat. Either they sell plastic or a rubber or keg or nylon, so they'll need to sell it. They'll work hard to get the money here. But in this place, you see a lot of people, they are living here. It's not like they don't have the money to rent house, but the money is too hard for them to see. Even though if they see the money safe, they will have to buy something. If rain fall, you will see a lot of water before you are coming into this place.
But beyond residents, thousands of people depend on these dump sites for survival, selling food and scavenging recyclables in risky and unhealthy conditions just to make a living. The question remains, how is the government tackling this challenge, and what is the plan for communities like Ojota, where the health of thousands is at stake?
We have monitoring and compliance officers who go around to enforce environmental laws. So since last year, we've arrested and prosecuted close to 200 offenders for littering, for dumping bulk waste. And we've also sealed a lot of facilities, commercial facilities that have not been obeying the environmental laws. We need to reduce the amount of waste we're generating. We need to reuse as much of that waste as possible, and also to recycle as much as possible. And that's the gospel we've been taking throughout the state. We're currently running a 2-bin system in Lagos. We have 2 bins, a green bin for general waste and a blue bin for mixed recyclables. And we have 80,000 of those, which we're selling through our websites. The 2 legacy dump sites at Olushosun and Solus 3 in Igodo. Each dump site will be replaced by a transfer loading station. From these transfer loading stations, we'll transport waste to new material recovery facilities, one in Ikorodu and one in Badagry. And those 2 sites collectively will process about 4,000 tons of waste out of the 13,000 we generate daily.
With this sensitization, we hope that the market women actually comply with the rules of the Thursday sanitation. That's number 1, which is very essential. Number 2 is to keep their goods and the things they sell in the proper places they are meant to keep them. Trade in the proper places they are meant to trade. Don't trade on the walkway. Abide by the rules. Leave the amount of meters that's left to be on the road for cars and vehicles to, to move around. And not only that alone, it's also essential for our market women as well. Once they are done with the day's trade, they should clean and sweep, the place that they've carried out their trade, their stores and their shops, put it in a proper, nice waste bin, tie it up, and take it to where the lawnmower operatives are meant to carry out, their duties, and make sure the disposal is as neat and as clean as possible. Because that's where we buy our food, that's where we buy a lot of things to take to our houses. And if it's not properly kept and the hygiene is not well done, we run dangers and, risk of having food disease and, disease outbreak.
While government agencies continue to emphasize citizen responsibilities, residents insist that stronger intervention and real actions are urgently needed to prevent further environmental and health crises.
In addition, we have waste-to-energy projects planned for our Ekpe dump site, which has been closed. That's by the free trade zone. There's going to be a waste-to-energy plant there to be constructed by Harvest Waste, a Dutch company. And that waste-to-energy plant will take in about 2,500 tons of waste daily to generate 60 to 80 megawatts of electricity to power the future of Lagos. Loma has a partnership with Lamata to build a biogas plant that will take in organic waste, both solid and liquid organic waste, and generate biomethane to power the mass transit fleet of Lamata and the compactor trucks that we use for collection of waste statewide.
For us as a local government, it's something we've done with our legislative arm within us here at Agege local government, is to make sure that anyone caught disposing waste the wrong way is going to be fined 50,000 naira, and they would also sign an agreement that allows us to know that once they do the same thing again, is either they pay more fine, and also we also hand them over to the necessary authorities to carry out all other regulations on all other enforcement on them. For example, some people actually go to serve jail term, in regards to dropping refuse, illegally. That's one thing. And also environmental sanitation. People that don't sanitize, carry out sanitation in their houses, clean their drainages, will seal up their houses and ensure they pay a fine. After sensitization, which is the month of September, we are also going straight to inner street sweeping. We'll be bringing out our people from the communities who will be appointed as street sweepers, and we'll pay them to make sure our inner streets are clean. We'll be making sure we carry along and then stakeholders around the ones that are nominated by the government to sweep the major highways, across our local governments. Also, we are building an enforcement team, creating an enforcement team to manage people who have decided that they want to drop waste illegally. And not only that, we are also creating a drainage team that will be clearing all drainages across our local governments. We are also empowering and ensuring that we strengthen our own local security operatives to help us ensure that we catch people who are dropping waste illegally.
For now, Lagosians wait and hope that promises of cleaner, safer communities will move beyond talks and become a reality. Imisioluwa Afumisho, African News 24 TV.
Every morning, we wake up to breaking news that breaks something inside us. Another girl gone, another mother wailing, another life violently erased. What used to be rare is now routine. From city corners to quiet towns, girls are being haunted in a society that's slowly normalizing their disappearance. The world scrolls past their faces on social media, their names trending briefly before vanishing into silence. Streets filled with laughter have become corridors of fears. Girls can't walk home safely anymore, not because they did anything wrong, but because being female now feels like a crime. Lured with job offers, attacked by lovers, raped by strangers, or sacrificed in bizarre ritual killings. These girls are caught in a vicious circle that keeps spinning because we keep looking away. Take Inyobong-Moron's case. Young, brilliant, simply searching for a job, only to meet her death. Adijat, a LASU graduate, was found dead in her boyfriend's apartment. He's now on the run.
Bàbá tó pa ọmọ mi mọ̀ pé bàbá ẹ̀gbọ́n wà pẹ̀lú mi torí mi ò rí bàbá ẹ̀ rí. Mo bá ṣàdùn mo kọ̀ ríyàn kan tó wọ white uncle pẹ̀lú jàlábíà. Ẹni yẹn dẹ̀ ṣí ilẹ̀kùn. Ẹni yẹn ṣí ilẹ̀kùn. Mo bá bí ṣe ní kí n lọ báyìí. Mo dákú ni mo ṣe gbé mi. Bàbá boy yẹn torí pàǹtí ni mo ti padà mọ̀ pé bàbá boy yẹn ló wá wọ òkè yẹn lọ. No wá ní ọmọ yìí ti kú. Ọmọ yìí ti kú tí máa gbọ́ báyìí bí ṣe fẹ́ táwọn family member mi máa fi wá dé nìyẹn. Pàtàn débẹ̀ wọ́n snap gbogbo oògùn tán bá ń bẹ̀ ó ti dà mí sí ìta. Ibi tó ti nà picture wa tó ti ṣá tó ti ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Àwọn míì wà tí a tẹ̀ rí for that day.
Bamshe boarded a BRT bus and never made it home. Her body was discovered days later. Many more stories stay buried, their voices muted by shame and fear. No place is truly safe, even in religious organizations. And while families cry out, society responds with tired clutches. This is more than a security concern. It's a call for education that nurtures values from the foundation.
Global TV, your source for news and reports from around the world. I'm Mary Adima. We're glad to have you join us this hour. Stay tuned for updates on the latest stories making headlines. The Nigerian Senate has continued screening President Bola Tinubu's ambassadorial nominees, including career and non-career diplomats from across the country. The nominees, who include Jimoh Ibrahim, Sulugan-Bari Olatunji Ahmed Mohammed Mongunu, and Maimuna Ibrahim, are being vetted by the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs. The screening process is part of the Senate's effort to ensure that only qualified individuals are appointed as ambassadors to represent Nigeria abroad. The committee has given President Tinubu's nominees a rigorous examination focusing on issues of national security and competence. And in politics, the People's Democratic Party is experiencing internal strife as Governor MAKINDE and former Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike clash over the party's National Executive Committee meeting and the reinstatement of Senator Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has rejected the NEC meeting's notice, citing internal party rules. The Nigerian government is engaging diplomacy to secure the release of 11 Nigerian Air Force officers and a C-130 aircraft detained in Burkina Faso. The aircraft had made an emergency landing due to technical issues, and the crew was detained for alleged airspace violation. The officers have since been released. Still in security, the U.S. Congress has expressed concern over the humanitarian crisis in Nigeria, particularly the situation of internally displaced persons in Benue State. Congressman Riley Moore, who recently visited IDP camps in Benue, described the accounts of violence and persecution as harrowing experiences. The U.S. House Appropriation Committee has reaffirmed its commitment to addressing the crisis, declaring that America will not look away as innocent lives are stolen. The committee is working on policy recommendations, including increasing security in the Middle Belt, ending impunity for perpetrators, and facilitating the safe return of displaced persons. And in business news, the federal government plans to borrow 17.89 trillion naira in 2026 to finance its budget, a 72% increase from 10.42 trillion naira in 2025. The bulk of the borrowing, 14.31 trillion naira, will come from domestic creditors, while 3.58 trillion naira will be sourced from external lenders. This borrowing plan is driven by a widening fiscal deficit and declining revenue projections. Away from that, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and Mo Abudu make Forbes' World Most Powerful Women 2025 lists. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Director General of the World Trade Organization, and Mo Abudu, CEO of Ebony Life Media, have been named on Forbes' World Most Powerful Women 2025 list. Okonjo-Iweala ranked 92nd on the list, recognized for her leadership as the first African woman to head the WTO. Mo Abudu ranked 98th, acknowledged for her achievements in media and entertainment, becoming the first African woman to strike a deal with Netflix. The Forbes list features 100 women who have achieved significant influence globally, including heads of state, CEOs, and entrepreneurs. Okonjo-Iweala has been a trailblazer as the first woman to lead the WTO and Nigeria's first female finance minister. Mo Abudu is a pioneer in African entertainment, with her deal with Netflix marking a significant milestone. On the foreign scene, a devastating airstrike by Myanmar's military junta on a hospital in Rakhine State has resulted in the deaths of at least 31 people, with dozens more injured. The attack, which occurred on Wednesday evening, has been condemned by aid workers and opposition groups who describe the scene as very terrible. The Rook-U General Hospital, a 300-bed facility, was bombed by a military jet, destroying at least one ward and leaving bodies shrouded in open air outside the damaged complex. Aid worker Wai Hung Ong reported 31 fatalities and 68 wounded, warning that the numbers are likely to rise. The attack comes as the military junta prepares for elections on December 28, which rebel groups have vowed to block. The Arakan Army, an ethnic armed group battling the junta, has condemned the strike, stating that 10 hospital patients were killed instantly. The international community has been urged to take action, with human rights organizations calling for an end to the violence and accountability for those responsible. The World Food Programme has warned of a dramatic rise in hunger and malnutrition in Rakhine State, exacerbated by the military blockade. In other news, 3 Israeli nationals have lost their right to stay in Ghana. This follows the government's deportation of the trio over alleged ill treatment and deportation of 3 Ghanaian travelers by Israeli authorities. The Ghanaian Ministry of Foreign Affairs made the announcement in a statement released on X by the Foreign Minister Sam Okuzito. According to the statement, the 3 Israelis arrived in Accra earlier in the day, but were immediately expelled after Ghanaian officers concluded that Israel had unfairly targeted and traumatized Ghanaian travelers. Welcome to sports. Super Eagles coach Eric CHELLE is expected to announce his final 2025 Africa Cup of Nations squad today, despite injuries to several key players. Goalkeeper Stanley Wambali is a doubt for the tournament due to ankle and hand injuries, while other players including Olaino, Benjamin Frederick, and Felix Agu are also struggling with injuries. The Super Eagles are seeking to win their first AFCON title since 2013, and CHELLE's selection decisions could define Nigeria's campaign in Morocco. Also, Nigeria's Super Eagles, led by Victor Osimhen, are looking to restore national pride by winning the Africa Cup of Nations AFCON in Morocco. The team is seeking to bounce back from the disappointing World Cup qualification failure, where they narrowly missed out on a spot in the tournament. Osimhen, who plays for Galatasaray, has been instrumental in Nigeria's AFCON qualification campaign, scoring crucial goals, including a late equalizer against Benin Republic, and secured Nigeria's spot in the tournament. He has now equaled the legendary Olusegun Odegbami's goal tally for Nigeria with 37 goals. The Super Eagles will face Tanzania, Tunisia and Uganda in Group C of the AFCON tournament, which kicks off on December 21, 2025 in Morocco. Coach Eric CHELLE has unveiled a 55-man provisional squad featuring established stars like Ademola Lookman, Samuel Chukwueze and Wilfred Ndidi, alongside emerging talents. Nigeria is aiming to win the 4th AFCON title, with the last victory coming in 2013. The team has consistently performed well in the tournament, finishing as runners-up in the previous edition in Ivory Coast. And to Champions League, Erling Haaland scored his 34th goal for club and country this season to give Manchester City a 2-1 win at Real Madrid on Wednesday, while Arsenal maintained their perfect group stage record with a 3-0 victory at Club Brugge. It was the second successful home defeat for Real, following their 2-0 reverse against Celta Vigo at the weekend, and heaped more pressure on coach Xabi Alonso, whose side have won just 2 of the last 8 in all competitions. For Haaland, though it was a 21st goal in 21 City games this season and a 51st in 50 Champions League starts, while Nico O'Reilly scored his first goal in the competition. Let's move over to entertainment. Gaze Baba's No Turning Back 2 tops Nigeria's most watched music videos of 2025. No Turning Back 2 by Gaze Baba featuring Lawrence Oyo has been named Nigeria's most watched music video on YouTube in 2025, with an impressive 41 million views within 6 months of its release. The gospel song, which became a major hit within the Christian community, has also garnered 397,000 likes and over 22,000 comments. Gaze Baba celebrated the milestone on Instagram, thanking his collaborators and attributing the success to their obedience and cultural impact. According to YouTube's head of music for Sub-Saharan Africa, Adi Awofishayo, the video's success is a testament to the growing global appeal of Nigerian content, with 70% of watch time coming from viewers outside the country. The top 10 most watched music videos in Nigeria for 2025 are: number 1, No Turning Back 2 by Gaze Baba featuring Lawrence Oyo; Laho, Taking the Second Sport by Charlie Poppy; The Third Sport With You by Davido featuring Omalay; Fourth Sport 99 by Olamide featuring Sheyi Vibes, Awake and Young Johnny; Fifth Sport Why Love by Ashake; and on the sixth spot we have Baby Is It a Crime by Rima; 7th My Darling Visualizer by CHELLE; 8 Kese by Wizkid; 9 Lahore 2 by Charlie Poppy featuring Burna Boy; and 10 With You Visualizer by Davido featuring Omalay. Also, Omonio Boli TV topped the creators chart, followed by Itele the Corn Studio and Uchenna Mbunabo TV. From music to movies. Behind the Scenes, a highly anticipated Nigerian film, premieres in the cinemas today, December 11, 2025. The movie, directed by Funke Akindele and Tunde Olaoye, boasts a star-studded cast including Toby Bakri, Scarlett Gomez, and Ini Dima Okoje. Funke Akindele, known for her blockbuster hits A Tribe Called Judah and Battle on Booker Street, revealed the inspiration behind the film at its premiere, expressing gratitude for the turnout. The movie is part of her tradition of releasing major December titles that attract large cinema audiences locally and internationally. The film's global distribution is handled by Film One Entertainment, with a UK premiere already held at Odeon Greenwich on December 4. Behind the Scenes hits Nigerian cinemas today, promising an exciting cinematic experience. That concludes the broadcast for now on African News 24 TV. Thank you for tuning in and stay connected with us on all our social media platforms. And don't forget to visit our website at africannews24.ng for the latest updates. We'll be back with more news soon. I'm Mary Adam, wishing you a great day ahead. Goodbye for now.